Yo, what it is, Young Casey Veggie. You're now tuned in to the Good is Gould show. Swag.
Absolutely huge pay-per-view fight this Saturday night. We got heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder going to put his WBC heavyweight belt on the line in a rematch against Cuban contender Luis Ortiz. And what makes Deontay Wilder so special is he's got that kind of once-in-a-lifetime power that makes him must-see TV, something we probably haven't seen since Mike Tyson. Because every opponent who's dared to step in the ring with Deontay Wilder, they've met the same fate. 95% knockout rate, 41 wins, 40 of them by knockout, no losses, but again, that one controversial draw against Tyson Fury back in December of 2018. And now the thing is, we've got that rematch with Tyson Fury penciled in for February 22nd in Las Vegas. And if that fight happens, that's the biggest fight in boxing in quite some time. But the reason I say if is because Ortiz is a very tricky southpaw whose only career loss came against Wilder. Now, be it was with a devastating uppercut in the 10th round, it is also possible to say that Ortiz gassed himself out. And while Ortiz is definitely in better shape, we have to remember this is a high-risk, low-reward fight that's incredibly dangerous for Wilder because the last time these two fought, even though it was Wilder that came out with the knockout win, Deontay had to survive to do it. He took 40 seconds of relentless punishment from a man they call King Kong in the 7th round that nearly ended his reign as a heavyweight champion. I mean, let's be real here. Ortiz is the more technically skilled fighter, got way more years of amateur experience. And yeah, while he's up there in age, we know that heavyweights, they age slower than the rest of boxers do, and power is really the last thing that goes in a fighter. And Ortiz has got plenty of power, so this fight's going to end in a knockout, one way or another. And love him or hate him, Deontay Wilder deserves a ton of credit for taking a dangerous fight that he really didn't need to do just 3 months before the Tyson Fury rematch, while meanwhile you look at Fury, he's fighting a pair of tune-ups against handpicked guys. And I do think Wilder is going to get it done with a flashy 6th or 7th round knockout that keeps us going in the right direction. And while an Ortiz upset would be pretty interesting, it just doesn't play anywhere near the same as Andy Ruiz's upset of Anthony Joshua because, well, that introduced us to a young Mexican fighter, another major player in the heavyweight division, and now we have a huge rematch in Saudi Arabia with big-time stakes for the division in December. And a statement win from Wilder, I think that's what's going to continue the revival of the heavyweight division and get us to what we need most here in the United States, Wilder Fury 2. The best thing for boxing has always been when the biggest stars and the biggest personalities risk it all for glory in the prime of their career, especially heavyweights. Monsters like 6'7" Deontay Wilder and 6'9" Tyson Fury, both of them loudmouth talkers, that is what we need. And what kills boxing the most is when promoters and fighters, they quote-unquote marinate the big fights. And that's really hard to do with heavyweights where one punch can change everything. What happened to Mike Tyson when he looked ahead to Evander Holyfield? Some guy named Buster Douglas knocked him out in Tokyo. And when Joshua looked ahead to that undefeated, undisputed heavyweight title match with Wilder, well, the real-life Mexican Rocky, he ruined all those plans with quick combinations, fast hands, and a pudgy body powered by Snickers. So spend too much time cooking up the big fights and guess what happens? They don't taste the same. Mayweather-Pacquiao happened too late. Or even worse, the kitchen catches on fire and the meal's overcooked. Lennox Lewis versus Riddick Bowe, Joshua Wilder undisputed. The list goes on, fights that didn't even end up happening. And then what do you know? When you marinate fights, we're not hungry anymore. We find something else to snack on. And nothing in boxing is ever guaranteed except for what's right in front of us. And right now, in front of us, we have one heck of a champion in Deontay Wilder who's a walking Mortal Kombat character, and whether he's shouting in the camera or delivering a sledgehammer overhand right to knock somebody out cold, don't blink, don't look down at your phone because you're gonna miss out on something special. And this fight, I'm telling you, gonna be something you're not gonna wanna miss as we move forward in what's becoming another golden age of heavyweight boxing.
What's up? It's Lamar Odom.
What's up? It's Lamar Rose Jr.
What's up? This is Ryan Garcia here.
White Mama here with my boy Jake.
And you're watching the Good as Gould show.
The Good as Gold show.
Good as Gold show.
And it is good as Gould.
One love.